regardless of today's outcome, the 2022 and 2024 elections are right around the corner. And America does not need and cannot stand, cannot tolerate any more weakling, cowering, wimpy Republican congressmen and senators who covet the power and the prestige the swamp has to offer while groveling at the feet and the knees of the special interest group masters. As such, today is important in another way. Today is the day American patriots start taking down names and kicking. Now, our ancestors sacrificed their blood, their sweat, their tears, their fortunes, and sometimes their lives to give us, their descendants, an America that is the greatest nation in world history. So I have a question for you. Are you willing to do the same? My answer is yes. Louder, are you willing to do what it takes to fight for America? Louder, will you fight for America? Let me conclude with these remarks. In 1776, at a time of great peril, an American patriot by the name of Thomas Paine said, "These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of their country. But he that stands by it now deserves the love and thanks of man and woman. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered. Yet we have this consolation with us, that the harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph." Such was the mettle of our founding fathers. And today's times do try our souls. But today, we can make our voices heard for America by uttering words that cause socialists and weak-kneed Republicans on Capitol Hill to know that we, American patriots, are not going to take it anymore. That we, American patriots, are going to come right at them. That we, American patriots, are going to take America back and restore the foundational principles that have combined to make us the greatest nation in world history. What are the simple words we must shout to the heavens and carry the message to Capitol Hill? What are the words that cause socialists and weak-kneed Republicans on Capitol Hill to shake in their boots and cower in their foxholes? What are the words that scare the hell out of socialists and weak-kneed Republicans alike? Join with me. USA, 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 USA. Washington, America, heed those words, because we're going to carry them right to you. USA, God bless America, and the fight begins today.
Strength of the American to tear us down. They don't believe in America's.
Bro, how cultish is this? Are there Democrat rallies like this? There must be somewhere. Like, we got like the uniform, the hat. We're watching like videos to hype us up. We've got like God and country, like all over the place, like 50 million American flags. People wrapped in American flag suits. Are these American flag blazers or jackets? Like,
promise. Their ideas would kill jobs and drag down our economy. We'll never give up on America. Not now, not ever. Because now is a time to renew our
like, it feels like satire. Yeah, it feels like a movie we were trying to show. It's like The Boys or whatever.
faith, restore our safety, rebuild our economy to keep winning. We've faced our toughest challenge, and we are overcoming, just like we always do.
Oh, I saw Richard gave a big tweet. I think I spoke about this on, what show did I do recently? I don't know if it was Peers or if it was, I did another show. Didn't I? Up here. Oh no, wait, actually wait. Wait a second. It was me talking to Richard. Did he steal this from me? Did this motherfucker meme jack me? Was I talking to him when I had said, I think the idea, oh no, shit, wait. I remember where this came up. No, wait, but was it twice? I don't remember. There was a private meeting that I had with somebody else where I brought this up, but I might have brought it up to Richard as well. But basically the idea that I think that the white guys or white dudes for Harris or white women for Kamala or whatever, I think this is a really, really, really good idea. I think this is a super good idea. Because there's been so much cringe fucking like, oh, fuck white people and kill all white people and all this. It's so fucking cringe that the idea of like the Democrats having any event where like white people are, like it's okay to be white or whatever is such a good turnaround from the insanely cringe fucking progressive rhetoric of fuck all white people and kill all white people and kill men and fuck men and all that. Holy shit. So I don't remember if I brought this up with my convo with Hanania or not. If I did, then fuck him for meme jacking me. But if I didn't, good job for independently coming up with the same idea. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Wait, hold on. I just got mind fucked. My God. Okay. I just realized these people replaced Christianity and going to church with Trump and going to rallies. True. Absolutely true. Bro, how long do they have to wait for these people to come up and talk to them? Okay.
USA! So the president heard some patriots were coming to town. And he looked at that and saw all you people online and all the pictures and the videos, and guess what? Now he wants to be here with you. Because he is the president of the people. For many years, Americans have taken the back seat to politicians, to special interests, and then came Donald J. Trump. And they couldn't believe it, because we finally had someone that was gonna put America first. And I gotta admit, I don't think they thought he'd really do it. But you know what they found out the hard way? Donald Trump doesn't play those games. Because he doesn't owe anyone for getting him here, because you put him right here in the White House, not once, but twice. We were all there through this 2020 election cycle. We've seen these crowds, unlike, Joe Biden and his 6 hula hoops. The guy couldn't even get 1,000 views online, but we're supposed to believe that he had more votes than Barack Obama. I mean, come on, nobody really believes this crap. But hey, there's something going on.
What are these giant signs everywhere that say "Save America" mean to these people? How are they supposed to save it after the election already happened? Oh, well, that's what you think. You think the election's over. But to the conservatives, the election still hasn't ended. They're still fighting 2020.
On at the Capitol today. And I don't think they can hear you. This movement started over a decade ago. Do I have any Tea Party people in the house?
Did you catch the hula hoop allegory? No, what was the allegory? I thought they just did an event with hula hoopers. What was the allegory?
And even if they think for a second that they're going to get away with it today, they got another thing coming. Because today is just a day. And today is just the beginning. I have probably crossed paths with all of
6
you
feet
over the
apart,
last
people
10
had to stand in
years.
hoops. Gotcha.
But I think those politicians down there, the Republican politicians down there, have forgotten what the Tea Party movement did back then. See, they forgot that Americans know their rights. Americans will stand up for themselves and protect their rights, and they will demand that the politicians that we elect uphold those rights, or we will go after them. And so you better believe, the next 2 years, we are watching today. We are taking names today. And I don't know, are you guys gonna forget? Because today, moving forward, we have hundreds of days for them to hear from us, for them to see us, and for them to work on replacing them one by one if we have to. This president has sacrificed everything for this country and has asked for nothing in return. He loves the United States of America. He loves God, he loves our flag, and he loves all of you. And that's why we're all here today.
What are they saying? Free Donald Trump? Or what? Can you tell what they're saying? Or we love Trump? We love Trump. I think it's good.
We love Trump.
Okay, yeah.
And I gotta tell you, I've never seen someone fight so hard, so strong, against everything here and abroad, just to provide and protect our basic values and principles that keep our nation free and our people able to go to church. Because they have forgotten, at the end of the day, these politicians are not in charge. They govern at the consent of the people. We are revoking that consent moving forward, and we are going to fight for our president. We're going to fight for our country, and I guarantee you in 2 years, every politician that turns their back on our country will lose their seat, including Democrats. So I am so excited to be here with all of you. Being one of the original founders of the Tea Party movement, traveling to every state in this country, meeting grassroots over the last 12 years, has truly been my honor to do everything that I can to make your voices heard. And I pledge to continue to doing that for all of you, for our children and our grandchildren, because here's the deal, guys. The left, they go out there and they scream and cry and they whine, but let me tell you, this is something they don't get either. Let me tell you, they haven't seen a resistance until they have seen a patriot fight for their country. Because we know how to fight for our country, and we're not going to complain. We're not going to cry in the streets. We're not going to go sit in. You're going to see us, and you're going to hear us, but we're going to be working. We're going to fight in our state legislatures to get rid of electronic voting. We want ballots. We want election integrity. We want to restore the vote in our country because we all know, they all know, this election was severely compromised, and we're going to make sure that that never happens again. Because I can see from here all the way back, there are more of us than there are of them, and they're about to see us coming. So God bless you all for coming out here, and I am just so honored to introduce your next speaker. She is a woman that I have known for a very long time, who has fought for our country, been a voice for liberty, have stood up for all of those Republican candidates that the establishment tried to fight, tried to outfund, and in some cases even supported Democrats to keep a conservative liberty Republican out of this city. Amy Kramer is a woman who has this amazing organization called Women for America First, but she was also the 2016 leader of Women for Trump. She is fierce, she is a fighter, and after this election, she took to the streets because that's what we do as patriots, we fight. We don't sit around and wait for politicians to act or judges to act. We, the people, are in control of the United States, and we are going to remind everyone that we are still a constitutional republic, and we will take our rights back. Over the last 2 months, this woman has traveled over 14,000 miles on this big red bus called March for Trump. Have you heard about it? Going from city to city, town to town, in the snow, in the rain, working desperately to fight for all of you, to give you a voice. Ladies and gentlemen, today, we are all in this together, in this fight to restore America. We will save America, and Amy Kramer has been on the front lines, and it is my pleasure to announce my friend and my sister in liberty, Amy Kramer.
You think it was planned that all these speakers would say inciting stuff along with Trump, or do they do it independently? This is all coordinated. Now, is it coordinated like behind the scenes like they told them, or is it coordinated just because everybody's seen the messaging? So like, for instance, here, the reason why she's saying we need to remind them this is a constitutional republic, the reason why they say that is because they're appealing to two important parts of the Constitution. One is the electors clause. Each state shall appoint in such manner as the legislature thereof may direct a number of electors equal. This as the legislature thereof may direct. This is one clause that they point to in the Constitution that Eastman and Chesbrough are saying, well, listen, this means that the legislature could just appoint new electors at any point in time. And we need to just pressure this is why Giuliani and the other cronies went before the state legislature saying like, hey, you need to appoint new electors. So when they say constitutional republic in this sense, they're appealing to this. And they're also appealing to the 12th Amendment of the United States because they say that the 12th Amendment gives the vice president the ability to overrule the Electoral Count Act, the ECA. Remember, Eastman's theory is that like, well, I don't believe the Electoral Count Act. I don't think that that's constitutional, and the vice president should just do what he's ordered to do under the 12th Amendment and fuck the ECA. So the reason why they're stressing that is because they're, I don't know if I'd say dog whistling. They're just like blatantly basically calling out those two. These are the two coup theories that Trump's cronies are running with.
Hello, deplorables! Oh my God, the sight to see. I mean, like Katrina said, as far back as I can see, and I guess on all the side streets. You know, this president hasn't asked for much from us. He's asked for our vote, and he asked us to show up today, and I don't think he's gonna be disappointed. You know, there's so much at stake today. We have been in the streets the past 2 months.
Wait, was she speaking earlier? I feel like I don't remember seeing her. 124. Did she speak briefly? Or was it a totally different speaker?
You have allowed me to...
It's not her, right? This is the Paula White person?
But all day we watch these men and women, 2 and 3 generations.
Fuck, I don't remember. Who spoke earlier? This isn't right then that I wrote her name here. Some of my buddies believe the election was stolen because of the 1,000 Mules documentary. Is it worth it to mention any of the... that documentary is bullshit. The whole methodology is flawed if you know anything about stats, data collection. The methodology was just bad. That documentary was bad in the planning room before they even began shooting or doing anything. Just the entire concept of how they were trying to measure voter fraud there was bullshit. And then also the people that hosted that 1,000 Mules documentary, they took it down because they felt like they couldn't substantiate any of the claims. So it's not even hosted anymore. Wait, was it 1,000 Mules? No, it's 2,000 Mules, wasn't it? Am I making that up?
Families walking, pushing elderly people in their wheelchairs, elderly people on their walkers, carrying their children on their shoulders, all to see the President of the United States. And they turned people away. I think the auditorium or the airport took 40,000 people that night, and they turned people away. And after it was up, elderly, that
Hold on.
we first, America, they're still, you know, that's this.
How was she introduced?
Amy Kramer, a friend and my sister in liberty, Amy Kramer.
Oh, okay. This is Amy Kramer. Who is Amy Kramer? Okay, she's the founder. It was a different Kramer speaking earlier? Kylie Jane Kramer? Or was it just Paula earlier? Maybe this person didn't speak at all. deleting this. Wait, the very first speaker, the young girl, was Kylie Jane. Oh, wait. So it was? Okay, I'll leave it there then. Oh, it's a mother-daughter pair. Jesus Christ. So who was listed as the person in charge of the rally? Person in charge was Kylie Jane Kramer. Okay. There we go. This is the permit, I think, that was issued. Public gathering permit. What? So is Destiny not going to cover the Muslim riots happening in the UK that every pundit is talking about? What a bitch. He just doesn't want to engage with the subject matter. What do you realize that, like, I want to know who you follow online, because I guarantee you that every single person that you follow cucked out harder to Muslims than any other fucking person has ever cucked out to a religious figure online in your entire fucking life. Okay? I want to see who you follow. I want to see all the red pill centrist dudes that are on their knees slurping Islam. Okay? Bro, I fought with Muslims more than almost any other content creator on the internet like 6 months ago. Okay? Get the fuck out of here, you fucking retard. Okay. And then what is this? Briefing Statement Bureau. Why was I linked to this? Oh, this shows how many people. Expected attendance around 5,000 people. Thanks, Raiders Cat, for the 5 gifted memberships. I never said you wouldn't. That was the other dude. I'm just surprised you're on right now. Why would you be surprised that I'm not covering right now? I never cover breaking news, like, ever. Like, yesterday or 2 days ago was exceptional when I was like, you know what? We're going to cover breaking news once. Let's do it with the Olympics thing. It's very, very, very rare that I ever cover any breaking news event. My audience screams and cries for me to cover breaking news all the time. I typically don't. Also, if it's just like riots and shit, what do you want me to say? If there are riots, people doing bad things, I'm usually like, oh, that's bad. People shouldn't do it. What do you want from me? Like, I don't even know what is interesting in covering this particular thing. UK riots. What is there to cover? Government warns the rioters will pay the price as wave of violence sweeps the UK. Disorders rescue several UK cities on Saturday. Rioters will pay the price for the wave of violent clashes that have spread across the UK. Ministers warn on Saturday after a day in which police battled rival groups of demonstrators in the worst outbreak of civil disorder in Britain for more than a decade. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper said the police would have the government's full support to take the strongest possible action. Criminal violence and disorder have no place on Britain's streets. Anyone who's involved in criminal disorder and violent thuggery on our streets will have to pay the price, and they should expect to be arrests, prosecutions, penalties, the full force of the law, including imprisonment and travel bans. There are consequences of breaking the law. Yeah, sounds right. There should be. What do you want me to say? What is the commentary that you're looking for on this? Jesus. Control of Taylor Swift. Last week's riots were set off in the wake of the killing of 3 young girls at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class in Southport on Monday, Axel. Ruda Cubana, 17, from Lancashire. Bro, are these real places? Oh, no, that's a name. Is accused of the attack, but false claims were spread online that the suspect was an asylum seeker who had arrived in the UK by boat. In the wake of these messages, far-right protesters gathered by social media. Wait, so who is this guy? Removes video. Is this the guy who's accused of it? Appeared in an advert at age 11. Jesus. Teen 17 accused. Oh, Southport murders named. Stabbed at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class. Charged with 10 counts of attempted murder of 8 other children and 2 adults who were seriously injured. Why did he attack the children? What was even the... Or is it too recent? Do they not know yet? They were Swifties? Okay. You shouldn't stab people. I don't know what take I'm supposed to give here. L stabbing of people. This guy's forehead is also super sus. Okay. There you go. I covered it. Okay.
I mean, like Katrina said, as far back as I can see, and I guess on all the side streets. You know, this president hasn't asked for much from us. He's asked for our vote, and he asked us to show up today, and I don't think he's going to be disappointed. You know, there's so much at stake today. We have been in the streets the past 2 months. There's a movement that has been born. I come from the Tea Party movement, and I'm asked all the time, what happened to the Tea Party? Well, we're still here. We just grew and morphed into something bigger and better, the MAGA movement. And I am convinced that were it not for the Tea Party movement, we would not have President Donald J. Trump today. He has fought for us, and he, unlike any other president in our lifetime, has put America first. And how refreshing is that? We love him. I know you do. I just heard you chanting it. And he loves us. He is putting our country and the American people first, and Washington doesn't like it. Why? Because they're in the back pockets of China and Russia and Ukraine. We've got their number. We know what they're doing, and I don't care what they say. Sleepy Joe Biden did not win this election. I come from the great state of Georgia that we're learning just how corrupt we are right now. But Sunday night before Election Day, I was in this little northwest town of Rome, Georgia. We got there about noon that day, and we saw thousands of people walking over a mile to go see our president. He was doing 5 rallies that day. And Rome, Georgia was the 4th one. I think he showed up there at 8:30, 9 o'clock that night. But all day we watched these men and women, 2 and 3 generations of families, walking, pushing elderly people in their wheelchairs, elderly people on their walkers, carrying their children on their shoulders, all to see the President of the United States. And they turned people away. I think the auditorium or the airport took 40,000 people that night, and they turned people away. And after it was over, we watched them leave the airport, and it took hours. Tears running down their faces, their children asleep on their shoulders, carrying their children, walking. People didn't get home till 2 or 3 in the morning. The press likes to talk about how the people were stranded. No, those people weren't stranded. They came there to see the president. It took them longer to get in than to get out, and it was worth every moment to see the president of the United States. And we're seeing the same thing here again today. But the thing is, you can't convince me, after seeing those people in the crowds of that day and all those rallies leading up to Election Day, you can't convince me that a man who can't fill 6 circles won this election. There is no way. And as I look out here today, This is probably the biggest party that the people have ever held for a president in the history of this country.
Okay.
Hold your signs up. Let us see your signs. You are amazing, patriots. Amazing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the media says. They can call him president-elect. That doesn't make it so, right? We know that there was voter fraud. We absolutely know it. And that's why we're here, to stop the steal. First they say there's no voter fraud. Then they say there's no widespread voter fraud. Stop. So they can say that there's no voter fraud, but see, we know that there is. We know that in Pennsylvania, 200,000 ballots, more than 200,000 ballots were returned that weren't sent out. We know there's voter fraud in Georgia. Do you know yesterday that suitcases were sold out across the state of Georgia? And look what happened last night. Just because the media doesn't tell you what's going on doesn't make it not true, right? One of President Trump's legacies is his exposure of the fake news media. But that doesn't just mean wrong and inaccurate information. It's also the omission of information, right? But we're smarter than them. We've connected in other ways. We've connected via social media. And now big tech is trying to silence us. Facebook has shut us down. We're the group that started the Stop the Steal Facebook group the day after the election, and within 22 hours, it had over 365,000 members, and when they shut it down, 1.2 million members in the queue waiting to be added. That's amazing. They've never seen anything like it in the tech world. Then MailChimp shuts us down so we can't communicate with our supporters. And then Eventbrite shuts us down, but they didn't just shut us down. They returned all of the donations and then sent emails to everybody that had signed up telling them the
Suitcases were sold out in Georgia. What's that supposed to imply? I don't know. Either that illegal immigrants are being busted and traveling, or suitcases to hold illegal ballots, or suitcases to maybe prevent people from I don't even know. It's just fucking retarded.
had been canceled. But guess what? That didn't stop you. That didn't stop the people. We showed up on November 14th because we love this country and we love the President of the United States. They thought they were going to silence us. They thought they were going to stop us. But then we came back again December 12th. And another approximately 1.5 million people showed up in Washington, D.C., not because they thought they were going to hear from President Trump or see President Trump, not because they thought they were going to hear from somebody with a Trump last name, but because they love this country and they love this president and they are committed to standing for election integrity and saving our republic. So Women for America First decided to get on a bus, the March for Trump bus, and go across America, and to take a little piece of everybody we came across and bring it here today to Washington, D.C. Like I said, the president has not asked for much, but he asked us to show up today, and we showed up. And we are not going to back down. We're not going away. You see, Republicans, for years, have been afraid of their own shadow. They tuck tail and run anytime they see their shadow. If nothing else, what Republicans should have learned is how to go on offense and win and fight back, punch back from Donald Trump. He doesn't back down. He's not afraid of Republicans. He's not afraid of Democrats. He doesn't need anybody else's money. He is fighting for me and you and Americans across this country. And he needs us now just like we need him. So for years, as the Republicans over at the Capitol have been telling us they've been fighting for us, what have they been doing? They've been crafting the terms and signing away our rights. That's what they've been doing. And they keep attacking our president. And you know, every time they attack him, it's an attack on you and I. And I don't know about you, but I'm sick of it. So we are here. We're not going anywhere. We're not going to let them steal an election, because this isn't about stealing an election from Donald J. Trump. This is about stealing an election from we the people, and we are here to save the republic. You guys, we cannot back down. This is just the beginning. We have a lot of work to do. We are not going to back down, are we? Keep up the fight. Keep fighting for America. It's worth saving. I don't know about you, but I don't want to learn to speak Chinese, and I don't want that White House to turn red. It is up to you and I to save this republic, and I am committed to doing that, and I look forward to working with all of you across this nation for the next 2 years, and let Republicans know we're coming for you, and Democrats too. And before I go, I just want to thank the Women for America First team. They've done an amazing job. They're not all up here today, but we put in long hours on those buses, 4 weeks on the buses, spent Christmas away from our families, but it was all worth it. We do it again in a heartbeat. We're not going to stop fighting, and we'll see you out on the trail. God bless you all.
You said you could understand why rich people would vote for Trump for the tax cuts. Did I say I could understand why they would? I said that would be like maybe possibly the only argument, but I don't think that's a good one. I don't think rich people, I just don't know if taxes are, I feel like taxes are, I think you get fucked the hardest if you're like middle class for taxes. Like maybe middle class or upper middle class, but when you start getting into like rich people and shit, I just don't know. I don't know if we give a fuck about taxes very much. There's just so many different ways to structure your income to not have to worry about cringe shit like that. Especially once you get into like business ownership and everything. But I don't know, maybe with like 8-figure income or something, maybe it's different. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the great state of Georgia, Representative Jones.
Representative Jones. Vernon Jones. It's got to be a U.S. When they say that, that must mean U.S. representative, right? I don't know why I googled this. Do you reckon most rich people spend what they make, ostensibly making them feel like they're more vulnerable to economic? I'm not sure. I don't really know, actually. I can't imagine like spending more than 500 to like 1,000K a year. I can't imagine spending. I feel like once you're making like 500K a year, unless maybe if you buy like a $5 million house or something, or if you start getting into like the super, super huge mansion houses, maybe. Vernon Jones, U.S. representative from, oh, it's a state representative. Was it from Virginia? Is that what they said?
Great state of Georgia,
No,
Representative
Georgia.
Jones.
Hello, America. Hello, America. Hello for Donald Trump. I'm honored to be here today, and I want you to know I stand tall, and I stand firm, and I stand with our President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. He has been fighting for us. He has been fighting for America.
Is it worth noting that at least these first people keep harping on in 2 years we'll do XYZ, evidence that not everyone was in on the coup? No. When you hear in 2 years, in 2 years, in 2 years over and over again, what they're alluding to is Donald Trump keeps telling all these people, hey, I helped you get elected. I'm the one that made you get elected. If you don't help me in 2022, you're going to lose your seat because I'm not going to help you run for re-election again. Donald Trump was tweeting out stuff kind of similar to this in the days leading up to it, reminding people like how many times he helped them win their election. That's what that is in reference to. Fuck. Can I find? I believe I have these in some of the tweets. Wait, oh, this is Onyx. Oh, this is Onyx. Fuck it, I don't care. Never mind, don't care. But yeah, that's what that's in reference to, is reminding them that he's helped them win their elections, and that if they turn their back on him, they're not going to get elected again. He does this with judges. He does this with and he does this with lawmakers.
And that's why we're here today, to show him that we are going to fight for him. We're going to send a message to Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and the entire Democratic Party. They don't know they just have awakened a sleeping giant.
How has Trump been able to install loyalists in so many positions of power/trust without most people realizing until now? He hasn't. He didn't. He didn't know he needed to do that. He really failed his first term in realizing how much he was trying to like be an authoritarian. I think he just assumed that a bunch of people go along with him, but he didn't realize how many norms he was breaking and how unprecedented his requests were. So if he gets in, he won't make the same mistake. But last time, he didn't do a good job at installing like big loyalists. That's why he kept fighting with so many of the people that he appointed. Even people like Barr and Pence turned their backs on him, right? Yeah.
This party, the GOP, is the grand old party. But you know what? We're about to make this the grand new party. We're going to bring in new ideas. We're going to bring in grand new people. And we're going to come in and we're going to take our country back. We believe in the traditional values of the Constitution. We're going to protect all of our amendments, and clearly the Second Amendment. I am so fired up at what happened in Georgia and what happened across this country. I've been thinking a lot. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to go home to the party of Lincoln.
I have a hard time really believing J.D. Vance is a Trump loyalist. J.D. Vance is on record saying he would have pulled the trigger on the January 6th stuff. He would have followed through.
I'm ready to go home to the party of Frederick Douglass. I'm ready to go home to the party of South Carolina Senator Tim Scott. Today, I'm coming home. I'm coming home to the grand old party. I am officially joining the Republican Party. Mike Lindell, I want to thank you for all you've done to influence me, to support me, and give me the courage through my trials and tribulations fighting those demon Democrats. I want to make clear about one thing. Donald Trump has just begun. I'm a part of his team, and we're going to take back this country. We're going to take back America. Peace out, America.
Now, grab the general. Wait for the voice of God.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome General Paxton, accompanied by Senator Paxton.
3 minutes on that limit.
3 minutes. General and Senator Paxton. General or Attorney General? Okay, whatever. Did they say that?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome General Paxton.
Do people refer to the Attorney General as General sometimes? Is that normal?
Accompanied by Senator Paxton.
3 minutes on that limit.
It is so awesome to be here. I want you to know that Texas fights. We fought.
There's a Kamala clip about this? Okay. Weird.
12 straight lawsuits related to mail-in ballots, related to signature verification, federal court, state court, Travis County, Austin, Houston. We fought. We won every single one of those cases. And because of that, Donald Trump won Texas by over 600,000 votes. And thank God for a legislature in Texas like my senator, Angela Paxton, and my wife, who put in place laws that protect against fraud. One of the great things about the state of Texas is that we did not quit. If you look at what Georgia did, they capitulated, they consented. We kept fighting in Texas. And then we had the opportunity to go fight in other states. And we sued 4 states over the ballot fraud and not following the Constitution, not following state law. And we took it directly to the Supreme Court, and they should have heard our case.
We took it directly to the Supreme Court. Yeah, I mean that. I'm sorry. Okay. Saying that you took it directly to the Supreme Court is like saying, I shot him with a gun with bullets. Yeah, of course. When one state sues another state, the only court that can hear that is the Supreme Court. It automatically goes to the Supreme Court. You didn't go directly. That's where it has to go. That's like, yeah, you did, but like that's the procedure. That's the only thing that can happen. Sorry.
Took it directly to the Supreme Court, and they should have heard our case. And let me just finish up by saying that what we have in President Trump is a fighter. And I think that's why we're all here. We believe in what he's accomplished over the last 4 years.
True.
And because we're here today, the message goes on. We will not quit fighting. We're Texans, we're Americans, and we're not quitting. God bless you for being here today. God bless this great country we live in. Thank you.
We're fighting here today, Lieutenant. Is that 3 minutes? Why, if your wife is the attorney general of the state attorney general, why wouldn't you let her speak at all? The fuck? That's an I feel like that's, I can't generalize because I don't know states as well. I feel like being, like intuitively, I feel like being a state attorney general, would that be a more or less prestigious position than being a state senator? Wasn't she the senator? Oh, he's the attorney general. Okay, never mind. That makes more sense. My bad. Okay, I mixed them up. Would you consider the AG, like in the federal attorney general, to be a more prestigious position than just a senator? I feel like it's a more prestigious position, except senators tend to serve for longer, which might make being a senator a more prestigious position just because you can serve longer, maybe. But even at that, I'm not sure. Attorney general. I wonder. I'm not sure. I feel like the AG, but then most Americans probably don't even know what like an attorney general is or does. So I don't know. Wait, did I just do that?
America! Good morning, America! How you guys doing? This is the greatest group of patriots ever put together. Guys, there is a person in the White House right there, my father, the 45th President of the United States, who I promise will never, ever, ever stop fighting for you. Never. And we as a family will never, ever stop fighting for you. We love this country. We love red, white, and blue. We love everything that this nation stands for. And guys, that's why we fight. That's why my father sends out a tweet. Patriots, descend on Washington, D.C. And you look at the crowds out here today, it's absolutely incredible. I've got a question for you. Is there any person here that actually thinks that Joe Biden won this election? I don't either, guys. I don't either. You know what? I went all across the country, everywhere I go. This guy couldn't fill up a classroom. And look at these crowds here. Look at these crowds here. He hides in his basement. No one buys it, guys. No one buys it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They can lie. They can cheat. They can steal. My father has started a movement, and this movement will never, ever die. It will never die. This is a movement that will transcend him. It's a movement that will transcend all of us. And guys, we are going to keep America great because we live in the greatest country in the world, and we will never, ever, ever stop fighting. So I want to call up one person who's been a great fighter. She happens to be my beautiful wife. And I'm going to publicly put her on the spot right now and tell her that she needs to run for Senate. Honey, I'm just kidding. Would anybody approve of that? Whoa. It's pretty good, honey. Want to say a couple words?
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing? Ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this. You might hear otherwise from the mainstream media. You might hear otherwise from the Democrats. This fight has only just begun.
Is being a governor more prestigious than a senator? I would imagine so, right? Being a state governor, well, it might depend on the state, but I would imagine in general, even being a state governor would be more prestigious than being like a U.S. senator. I would imagine that's the case. There's probably more, do you think there's more governors that have gone on to be president or more senators that have gone on to be president? There's got to be more governors, maybe? Most common office held before being president. No one cares about the governor of Wyoming, I would guess. Sure, but do people care about the senator from Wyoming? Why is this shit laggy? Fuck.
Let's be very, very clear about that. And Eric said it, our family didn't get in this fight for just 4 years. We are in this fight to the bitter end. We are going to take our country back, okay? And before we go, there's something very important that I want to make sure everybody knows today. Today happens to be my husband's birthday. Honey, do you have any birthday present you would like from the United States of America?
Well, I have one birthday present that I want from all the senators and all the congressmen have some backbone, show some fight, learn from Donald Trump. He has more fight in them than every other one combined, and they need to stand up, and we need to march on the Capitol today, and we need to stand up for this country, and we need to stand up for what's right. We love you, America. God bless you all.
Wait. What? Can you guys help me sing happy birthday to my husband? Happy birthday to...
Wait, is this Eric, not Trump Jr.? Oh, whatever.
Happy birthday to you. Thank you, guys. We love you. Let's keep the fight going, America. Thank you.
Kimberly, get up here. Does anybody know the great Kimberly Guilfoyle? We love her. She's been such a warrior. She's fought so hard. Take it away, Kimberly.
The best. Well, good morning, D.C., and good morning, America. How do we feel this morning, and how much do we love President Trump? Here's the best news. Look at all of us out here, God-loving, freedom-loving, liberty-loving patriots that will not let them steal this election. President Trump has been the most transformative, impactful president this incredible country has ever seen. He is a great patriot that has fought for the America First policies, for the American dream, for you and your families. Thank you, President Trump. And we will continue to hold the line across this incredible country because we finally had a president in the White House that knows what it means to put America first, a president that understands what it means to have open...
Wait, this is Gavin Newsom's wife? How did she go from being Trump Jr.'s fiance to Gavin Newsom's wife? Ex-wife? Oh, okay.
Schools, not open borders, who restored the greatness of the American military, who stands for veterans, who stands for law enforcement and the American family. He is the president that humiliated the Democratic machine in 2016 and turned the swamp upside down, and he will continue to fight for that dream. He will continue to save America. We will continue to stand for President Trump, stand with him, and for
Is
this
Wikipedia
country.
down?
We will not allow the liberals and the Democrats to steal our dream or steal our elections. No president has fought harder than President Trump and his incredible family, and it's been an honor to stand and fight alongside them. And we have a president that understands what it means to stand for the Second Amendment, for your rights, for the Constitution, to stand for life. And it gives me great pleasure to be able to stand and fight throughout this country with one of the greatest Americans I have the pleasure to know, and that is Donald Trump Jr., the president's son. Let's give him a warm welcome, and let's show the president when he comes how much we love him. God bless America. God bless our president. And ladies and gentlemen, the best is yet to come.
Hello, Patriots! Hey, guys. You actually all did something I didn't realize was possible. I'm looking at the crowd here and the tens of thousands, probably 100,000 plus people here, and you did it all without burning down buildings?
Wait, what did he say? Also, LeMayo, foreshadowing. Did he say I'm looking at a crowd of tens of thousands of people? There were 4,000 people, I think, max, by the way, at attendance for this rally.
Did something I didn't realize was possible. I'm looking at the crowd here and the tens of thousands, probably 100,000 plus people here.
100,000? This is the expected attendance for the permit. Fuck. Did I have a link to how many attended the speech? Am I making up that 4,000 number? Wait, hold on. Secret Service said that they screened 28K into the secure area at the ellipse by the end of the speech. You linked definitely the wrong thing. There you go. Did you mean to link this? Oh wait. Oh, it's a goddamn image. They're goddamn images. Okay. Over 100,000 people in this picture. Over 100,000 people. My God.
And you did it all without burning down buildings? You did it without ripping down churches? Without looting? I didn't know that that was possible. According to the media, when you have a large gathering of peaceful protesters, they're supposed to burn it all down. See, guys, we can do it right, but the fact that you are all here on this rather cold January day tells me all I need to know. And it should be a message to all the Republicans who have not been willing to actually fight. The people who did nothing to stop this deal. This gathering should send a message to them. This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
Why does the size of the crowd matter? It doesn't. But then why would you lie about it? That's the thing that matters. They lie about everything.
This is Donald Trump's Republican Party. This is the Republican Party that will put America first. This is the Republican Party that will fight for the American worker. This is the Republican Party that's not just going to roll over and die because the Democrats would like you to.
What are you typing? They didn't lie about it. That's not the full crowd. One, we haven't even gotten to Donald Trump yet. Two, the Secret Service said, so the full crowd isn't even here yet. And two, the Secret Service said at most they scanned in 28,000 people. So when he says right now, I'm looking at probably over 100,000 people, he's fucking lying. He's lying. Donald Trump did the exact same on the inauguration. He lied. He said it was the biggest one ever. They just lie. They lie about everything. I don't know what you think you're correcting me on. I don't.
No, we've seen that, guys. We've seen that. We've been our own worst enemy. All you got to do is look to Georgia where you had Republicans saying, well, I don't like the way the game is played, so let's take our ball and go home. No, guys, hey, guess what? That was music to Chuck Schumer's ears. That was music to Nancy Pelosi's ears. And that is what so many in the Republican establishment have created. That sort of...
Look here at 1 hour and 59 minutes. You're just wrong.
And one other gentleman, quite obviously, surreptitiously passing around.
It was in the tent backstage that Hutchinson heard crucial evidence of what Trump...
Offstage and the former president was size inside the barricade was due to the fact...
I don't know what to tell you, dude. This is not 100,000 people. Like, what? I don't know what you want me to say.
Fact that people were unwilling to pass through the magnetometers.
What is the, how many people can fit in, how many people go to the Super Bowl? Super Bowl maximum attendance is 104,000 people. The lowest recorded is 62,000. Picture of Super Bowl crowd. Like, bro. Wait. Who the fuck linked this? Oh, wait, he said picture of 100,000 people. Okay. I thought he said picture of the Super Bowl. This is not American football.
Fact that people were unwilling to pass through the magnetometers, presumably because they were carrying contraband weapons.
Several thousand members of the crowd who refused to go through the mags watched from the lawn near the Washington Monument.
Oh, there's a few more thousand people back there at least.
From the lawn near the Washington Monument.
The president says they're not here to hurt me. Take it from here away. I think.
Wait. That many people refused to go through the magnetron? Is that what they said?
Magnetometers. Presumably because learned that some of the crowd size inside the barricade was due to the fact that people were unwilling to pass through the magnetometers. Presumably because they were carrying contraband weapons.
Several thousand members of the crowd who refused to go through the mags watched from the lawn near the Washington Monument.
Okay, that's a lot of people back there. I don't know the numbers there, but guessing that to be a huge amount of people, if somebody guessed this at 100,000, that's probably fair. Why would this many people not go through the magnetron? I would have imagined the number of people not willing to go through it would be way, way, way lower.
Mentality. Okay, we'll turn the other cheek.
That looks to be in the 10 to 20K range. It might be. I'm just saying that's a much larger crowd, so I can understand guessing that to be way higher.
We'll roll over and die. We'll fold and give up. No more! So to those Republicans, many of which may be voting on things in the coming hours, you have an opportunity today. You can be a hero, or you can be a zero. And the choice is yours, but we...
Or magnetron, magnometer, whatever.
...are all watching. The whole world is watching, folks. Choose wisely. Because if you just roll over, if you don't fight in the face of glaring irregularities, statistical impossibilities, that's right, guys. That's the message. These guys better fight for Trump. Because if they're not, guess what? I'm going to be in your backyard in a couple of months. Guys like Scott here. Look at, wow, okay. I can't go through the whole list because I don't have 45 minutes to go through all the patriots that have been fighting, that have been on the ground, that have mobilized to put good Republicans in those positions. Guess what, folks? If you're going to be the zero and not the hero, we're coming for you, and we're going to have a good time doing it. We got to start fighting like the Democrats do, right? We got to play their game. We got to take their fight to them their way. Our reluctance to do that over the last few decades is why we are in the position that we are in. So today, friend or foe, today, Republicans, you get to pick a side for the future of this party. Again, I suggest you choose wisely. So Kimberly, thank you for all of your fight. How'd Kimberly do, folks? One of the great fighters out there, to my family, to my father, but most importantly, to all of you red-blooded, patriotic Americans. Thank you for being in this fight with us. Thank you for standing up to the bullshit. Right? Amen and a woman. Right? No, yeah, I know. But that shows you literally the mentality of where the Democrat Party is, right? I think I put it up on my Instagram, which is being censored to hell right now, but like, I put it up yesterday. They spent money on a study that came to the incredible conclusion yesterday that trans women playing in female sports have a competitive advantage. No shit. Who could have seen that coming? I had no idea. I'm glad we spent probably millions figuring that out. Just like I'm thrilled that we spent $10 million to Pakistan on gender studies, because I'm sure they care. And billions elsewhere on nonsense. That is driven by the insanity of the left, folks, and we have to stand up for it. No one cares how you identify, but you don't have to do the nonsense that follows. And what I want to know is, in these sort of things, where are the people? Where are the feminists that we're fighting as men are dominating women's sports? Where are they, folks? We need to be the party of common sense. We need to be the party of reason. We need to be the party of our values that we hold so dear, that made America the greatest country in the world. And you guys are part of that movement. So stay in this fight. Stay loud. Don't be suppressed. Don't be put in your corner. Don't let them cancel you. Trust me, I've been canceled 17 times since I started this speech, I promise you. Once it happens, it's rather freeing, and you can kind of do what you want. Don't let them do it to you. Stand up and fight. Stand up and hold your representatives accountable. And when you do, we can keep America great. Thank you, patriots. Thank you, America. Keep fighting. Thank you, guys.
I wonder if those changes have left a scar. Baby,
Welcome, Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Congressman Madison Cawthorn.
I spell his name right. Is this guy basically done after all the weird video shit and everything? Is he still in office?
Wow, this crowd has some fight in it. I am so thankful that each and every single one of you have come. You know, I just rolled down from the Capitol building about 2 miles away down Pennsylvania Avenue. And I will tell you, the courage that I see in this crowd is not represented on that hill. My friends, I will tell you right now that there is a new Republican Party rising. The founders of our great country saw to it that the people who consent to be governed should have a voice in that government. But my friends, the Democrats, with all the fraud they have done in this election, the Republicans hiding and not fighting, they are trying to silence your voice. Make no mistake about it, they do not want you to be heard. But my friends, when I look out this crowd, I can confidently say, this crowd has the voice of lions. There's a new Republican Party on the rise that will represent this country, that will go and fight in Washington, D.C. I'll tell you, I see so many of my friends who are up in Congress with me who are about to go back to that Capitol Hill. And at 12 o'clock today, we will be contesting the election. But my friends, bear in mind, there is a significant portion of our party that says we should just sit idly by and sit on our hands. They have no backbone. My friends, I encourage you, continue to make your voice heard, because do we love Donald Trump? But my friends, we're not doing this just for Donald Trump. We are doing this for the Constitution. Our Constitution was violated. You know, if I knew that a city clerk in a city with my name named Madison can overturn a state legislator and alter the
state legislator, Constitution violated, he's hitting on the same thing. Cawthorn was more involved, I think, in some of the rhetoric earlier as well. But yeah, so he's hitting on the same thing.
course of an election? Well, hell, I might have ran for a different office. My friends, I encourage you, go back to your states after today. Hold your representatives accountable. Make sure that they stood up for election integrity and make your voices heard. My friends, I want you to chant with me so loud that the cowards on Washington, D.C. that I serve with can hear you. While I leave, let's get a chant so Donald Trump knows who supports him. USA! 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 Thank you all. God bless! He's a macho man! Macho man! To be a macho
Ah, the coup squad. What is that? Assad or Erdogan? Bro. Okay, hold on. Wait. I have a quick question. Okay, hold on. When you become highly educated in a field, and then you start working in that field, all right? If you want to know if somebody knows stuff about the field, you kind of have to also be somewhat obvious, or you have to have some kind of like working knowledge of the field to be able to ascertain if somebody else is using the correct jargon or has the appropriate knowledge of working in that field. I say this because sometimes it might be tempting to say like, oh, you say that you're a software engineer. Well, what about, and then you like open a book and you're like, in comp sci, you learn about this thing about like building arrays. Like, do you know this answer? There might be a lot of people that are very specialized, that are highly educated, that are very good at their job, but they don't remember every single random fucking thing that you might learn, in college, right? Or even in the early part of your particular studies, all right? All of that to say, okay, my question would be, if you're a lawyer, would you expect litigators or other lawyers to know like what scrutiny means? Or would you expect like lawyers to not have any idea what scrutiny means or scrutiny level means past law school? Is that just a thing you don't remember or don't care about? I only say this because we don't have to go over this whole thing. Somebody emailed me this.